Oh,
It's just walking around here.
you're looking forward to the next few sessions? Me too, man. This is gonna get interesting. Like we're gonna have to deal with these houses, with these families or whatever. Try to figure out which one of them are shitty. There'll be a bunch of insight checks.
It's going to determine how am I going to play Penelope. Is she going to rely on her background, or is she just going to do what she always does and annoy everybody?
I can tell you this much: Vessel is not annoyed at all.
Really? Oh God, I had such a good thing. I was hoping Daniel would cut to us standing outside. Oh,
really?
I had solid questions. I was like, I am gonna fucking get in his head. I want to get in that robot's head.
I was thinking he was going to cut back to us too, but he never did. So I was like, I'm not going to bring it up. You could have interrupted him and been like, I want to ask some questions.
I thought about it, but you know, he moved away quickly.
I'm curious if there's going to be insight checks if he's going to like DM us instead of just telling everybody.
Oh yeah.
Interrupt me, please, he says.
Well, I wanted it to happen organically.
It was also just like goofy questions, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, but I think it would have been good character shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Vessel does not get annoyed. So like you thinking you're annoying and stuff, Vessel's just like, he may not necessarily be entertained by what you're saying, but he's definitely not annoyed by it.
Yeah. Like, Penelope doesn't think she's annoying. She's just asking questions. She is exploring the world as an 11 to 13-year-old who I can't seem to nail down her ages.
I would love for you to ask me a bunch of questions.
Oh yeah.
I'd love for Penelope to ask Vessel a lot of questions.
Yeah, well, if they ever end up standing around doing nothing for any amount of time, then prepare for the onslaught.
I'm cool. Does Vessel's race have feelings? I guess that depends on the individual.
I mean, I believe the
Vessel definitely. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I believe canonically they're no different than the other humanoid races in terms of like feelings or sentience.
Yeah, I think you're correct. They're essentially just animated automatons or golems.
Yeah, sentient.
Sentient, yeah, not animated, you're right.
Yeah. Their feelings are what separate them from
from golems or automatons
or
things like that. Yeah, exactly. Like I can tell you Vessel definitely has feelings because he felt them when we started talking about demons.
Top of that list, anger.
Yeah, it was all like, we're going someplace. It seems like there's demons in control and stuff. And I was like, wait, what?
I would like to rage.
Essentially, yeah. Can I have a divine rage?
I think zealot barbarians have divine rage.
Yeah. I really wish I had 5th level spells already.
Yeah.
Because if I had a 5th level spell, I'd be walking around with Holy Weapon the whole time. I'm like, all right, demons, come on, fuckers. I'm gonna be hitting you with radiant damage.
coming at you with +1d4, motherfucker. Actually, I don't know what it bonuses.
I think,
I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Cappy scare you?
a little bit. Cappy's playing Ratchet and Clank, so something funny happened in the game.
Oh.
She feels all bad that she's like interrupting, and I'm like, no, actually, thank you. Please do. We're very boring over here talking about D&D. How do you think he would do around a tiefling? You mean Vessel? I don't think he'd care. There's a difference between a demon and a tiefling. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, tieflings are half demon, half human, but as long as he's not doing anything demonic, I don't think I'd have a problem with it. Full on demons, though? Yeah, that's basically all they do is demonic stuff. I think around a tiefling warlock he would have issues. But if it was just like a tiefling bard or whatever, he'd be on like, it's fine. As long as I keep my eye on him, but as long as he didn't do anything, I wouldn't worry about it. Bro, I had so many plans for Nephmarax. Like I had made my own patron.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was like, I asked Daniel about it. I was like, I don't want to like specific patron, but like you can just use it. You can use a generic patron, but I want to specify what it looks like. And he was like, okay. I was like, this is what my patron looks like. And he was all like, well, that's weird, but alright, whatever.
I wanted Q from Star Trek, but he wouldn't let me.
Aww.
So I just threw the whole warlock in the trash. Just kidding. I did mention it as a joke, and he was like, no.
I don't think he minded mine because I didn't want to change the way the patron worked. I just wanted to change the way it looked.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I mean, I guess.
I also think he knew I wasn't serious. Fuck you, boulders.
You also heard that Henry Cavill is going to be Connor McLeod in the new Highlander? I didn't even know there was going to be a new Highlander.
Not either. Oh, my God.
Call me when they start talking about casting for the Mass Effect series. Although I can pretty much guarantee as soon as they start announcing that, I'm going to be one of the first people to know. Hey, level 25. Look at that.
Nice. Come on. What's going on?
You're sure he'll be in that? I don't know.
I hate trying to climb ice.
Oh, I had to go uphill around a curve on ice while carrying a giant load earlier, and I was like, oh fuck. Like I am not looking.
What would be so bad? There's all these big ass boulders on the road, and I can't get over them.
Ugh.
There we go. We're getting traction. I'm also doing it with 2 trucks.
Well, that's a thing.
Okay, truck, you don't need to be in 5th gear. It's okay. Calm down.
You still haven't watched season 2 of The Witcher? Me neither.
Me neither. Season 1 was pretty good.
I heard one of the big somebody spoiled one of the big reveals for season 2 for me.
Oh,
And-
that sucks.
And they were like, I'm really mad that they do that. Because he didn't like what they did in season 2.
Yeah.
And they were like, it deviates from the books. And I'm like, bro, did you watch season 1? Season 1 was way off of what was happening in the books. Like, don't get me wrong, it was pretty accurate, but there was a lot of deviation.
Yeah. That is my current struggle with the Wheel of Time series.
How different it is.
Yes. Like, I understand why, but like a lot of the changes I don't understand.
Yeah, because it's like you didn't need to change this. You could have easily,
Yeah.
you could have easily have just done this, that, and this, and that.
They could have just been just kept it the way it was. Like the things they added made no sense. Oh, come on. Get off the guardrail.
Well, we'll probably go back and rewatch season 1 and then go into season 2. Plus, there's a bunch of stuff that they released between season 1 and season 2, like the animated show and the bestiary show and something else I can't remember off the top of my head. So we'll probably rewatch season 1, watch all of the extra side content, and then watch season 2. That being said, I am currently rereading the Witcher series right now, so like a lot of the details are fresh in my mind as far as what's supposed to be happening.
Yeah. That's why I'm waiting for that stuff to get out of my head for real time. Because I started rereading the series to, you know, just to refresh myself, and then like I watched the first episode, I was like, I regret doing that now.
Because now you're like, this is all wrong.
It is, yeah. Like, I'm usually okay with it. And I told myself before the show had come out, I was like, it's going to be different. You know, just think of it as, you know, another turn of the wheel. Just a retelling. Or different telling or whatever. God, it just gets me, man. The show is very good, though. Like, if you like shit like Game of Thrones, it's pretty good.
That's an Amazon show, right?
It is, yeah. It's on Amazon Prime.
Is there a difference between GM and DM? No, not really. There is if you have multiple GMs or DMs in the same game. Because there are some groups that have a GM and a DM separate from each other. And that's just like, one of them does the stories and the dialogue and character interactions and all that, and the other one does the combat. And in that case, the combat one is usually referred to as the Dungeon Master, because of dungeons.
Oh.
I heard they're doing an Elden Ring one-shot on Crit Roll on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know Elden Ring already got a... Oh, God. Elden Ring already got a board game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not board game, but tabletop game.
Yeah. You thought DM was for D&D and GM was for Warhammer?
Honestly, it's just personal preference, really.
Yeah.
I mean, different games will call it different things, but...
The job of the person, whether it's a DM or a GM, is
Yeah.
identical.
Yes, yeah.
It's just what they're called is just that's up to them.
I see you, Matt.
Hello.
I mean, I don't see you from where I am. I see you on the map.
Oh. Okay.
I would be there short shit. Release me, guardrail.
You'll be there short shit?
Yep.
Oh. You prefer Uber General? So we'll be like, Daniel is our ugh. Man, Alaska went by a lot faster than Michigan did.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I also believe it's your level of skill and the quality of your vehicles.
yeah, I was just gonna say that. I'm like, you know, it's a lot of it's the equipment I have. A lot of it's just me not being afraid of the game anymore.
Yeah. Trust me, they find ways to slow you down later on.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like this ice, for fuck's sakes. Let me accelerate. Honestly, mud tires are terrible on ice.
Yeah, I've been tempted to throw some chains on a couple of times.
Yeah.
I've been like, I know you said they suck, but I'm like, man, there's a lot of ice out here now.
There's a lot of ice out here.
And the couple of times I drove around with chains on one of my trucks, I was like, this ice is not a big deal.
Yeah, this is nice.
I'm like, you know what? I think I may do that from time to time. Just throw on some chains and I think I.
Go ahead. I was gonna say I think I did it when scouting out all of Alaska. I just threw chain tires on my
That's
truck.
that's what I did. I threw chains on my Hummer and just drove around because I was like, you know, it's a little tricky getting stuck in the mud, but my Hummer can handle the mud pretty well on its own anyway.
Yeah. Plus a winch will get you through most of it.
Yeah. The one truck that was having real problems with was the dairy.
I still haven't unlocked that one.
It's in this map.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in Alaska. I had to pull it out. It sucked pulling it out, by the way.
I bet.
Because that dairy weighs like 1,000,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And I fought with it for like an hour and a half. And then I was like, you know what? Instead of pulling it up this little hill incline, how about I just pull it down? Because it's in the river.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, how about I just pull it down the river until the riverbank gets real short?
Yeah.
And then I can pull it up the riverbank like half a mile down. And I did that, and that still wasn't easy, but I was able to do that in about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Compared to like an hour and a half, and I'd moved it maybe 10 feet up the hill. I was like, you know, I think I could eventually get it out this way, but I'm kind of sick of fighting with it.
Yeah.
Well, I've been in automatic this whole time. Just cruising through this place in automatic. I was like, no wonder my mud sections were a little slower than I was used to.
Yeah, I noticed here that your truck shifts into first less often.
Oh, if you mean like out of second and into first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
like normally if you're getting stuck in the mud, it'll just drop down into first whether you want it to or not. But here, like I'll be going through snow and it's just in fourth gear, just going as fast as it can. I'm like, well,
Yeah, just
slow down.
Chugging right along, and you're like, okay, hold on. Hey. So that's Pedro Bay. I don't want to do that. Cargo.
3 loads. Got 3 loads of logs in one trip.
Where are these oversized cargoes? Glad you dropped by. Got a whole bunch of orders while you were gone. Blah, blah, blah. Can you pick them up in one go? Where is oversized cargo? It's not here. Is that in Northport? Apparently not. Nope, yeah, it is in Northport. find it weird how sometimes you can click on the item in the mission and it'll zoom over to where you want it, where it is, and sometimes it won't.
Yeah, very annoying. Where is it? Where am I supposed to go?
If a character dies, does the player leave the table or do they stay and finish that sitting just curious about player etiquette? That depends on the dungeon master. Some of them, like me personally, what I would do if my character died and like straight up just died, like halfway through a session, I would stay at the table, like essentially I would stay at the table, but what I would do is I would turn my camera off and mute myself. So I'm still in the call, I'm still listening to the story and what's going on, but I would prevent myself from interacting with other people at the table.
Yep.
Like getting your head cut off by a drow? Yeah, kind of like that.
Yep. Just kind of mute your mic and kind of hang out for the rest of the session.
Yeah, essentially. Northport, okay. I think most dungeon masters are totally cool with you staying at the table as long as you stay quiet. Like they don't want you to like, your character is dead. They don't want you to interfere with the game anymore, you know?
Yep.
And it's not like they're mad about it and they're trying to be mean, like you're fucking dead, shut up. It's just it's like, you know, it's essentially cheating at that point, like.
Yeah, you're no longer, you're still part of the group, but you're no longer part of this game.
Right. You just need to sit back, relax, and watch what happens. Let them do their thing by themselves. Your character can no longer. It's like in Critical Role when they when characters start saying stuff to other characters when they're not there, and they're like, ooh, ooh. And they're like, bro, you're not there. Shut up. And I'm definitely of the mindset of like, yeah, you're not there. Stop talking to me.
Yeah. It's hard not to sometimes. You're like, oh shit, this thing is like, you're not here. It's like, oh right, yeah, ignore that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, ignore me. Yeah. Yeah, slip-ups happen and they're fine, but I'm sure if one player did that like all the time, like Daniel would probably pull the character aside afterwards and be like, bro, you gotta stop.
Yeah. Oops.
It's all good.
Metagaming is bad for the game.
Yeah, exactly. But like
everyone's guilty of it, but it's real important to try not to.
I've also been in games where somebody has died and the person, you know, they're obviously upset at the when it happens because they didn't want to die.
Yeah.
But usually they're not getting up because they're upset. They're getting up because they're like, I don't want to. Like, there may be a little bit of, I don't want to be at the table right now because I'm mad. And a little bit of like, well, I'm dead, I should leave. So, usually if a player gets up and walks away, it's usually them doing it to themselves.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be right back.
Like if we end up, like for example, if we end up playing these characters to like level 15 or whatever, and I get like really invested and we're super into it, and then all of a sudden Vessel dies. And like straight up, he's dead, he cannot be revived at a temple, he's just gone. I would definitely be very upset. I'd be like, I am done. For today, I gotta go. It honestly, the first couple of times that it happens to you in person, it's hard to differentiate if you're there or not. But after you play for a little while, it's not actually that hard.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. So like in the last session when Penelope and I were standing outside and they were inside talking, I had literally no problem just staying quiet the whole time.
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't that way the first few times stuff like that happen. I'd be like, oh hey, so what about this? And they'd be like, you're not there, you're outside. Oh shit.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why does he keep saying I have a truck here?
It never fails. You always think of a really important question to ask when you're not there and nobody else will ask it.
Yep.
And you're just sitting there like, oh hey, there you are.
So you try to sneakily DMs whoever's
Yeah, you're
whoever's
just
present.
like, bro, do this thing. I think I'm inside you.
No, you're not. I'm in the garage. Unless you're in the garage with me. If that's what
Well
you want
then,
to do.
that's a solid no. I think I'm gonna get some gas. I'm gonna come over here. Excuse me, goodness. Alright, let's go get these two
Stupid ice pond. Let me turn.
heckin' big chonkers. You throw some chains on?
Nope.
Oh, well,
Should have. I
Above-
really like drifting now, so you know it's.
Yeah, that's fair. It is always it's fun when it works out.
Yeah.
It's less fun when your truck spins around 180 and you're facing the wrong way.
That happened again this last night.
And then you're just like, oh, I'm so pissed. Because it's getting your truck to turn back around 180 while on ice is also very difficult. Takes a minute. Above board, our game. You plan our game to go to level 20.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna be gods.
One of these days, I'm just gonna jump off a cliff for no reason.
I'd turn into a fish. All right. It's still gonna hurt.
You're still gonna impact the water.
Fish live in water, not at that speed.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Is there a way you is there a max level you can go to? Yeah, max level is generally 20.
Yeah, past that is homebrew shit. And you're already very overpowered at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Once you get to level 20, there's essentially very little that can kill you.
Yeah. You're going toe to toe with ancient dragons. That's
Yeah, yeah. When you get a group of like five guys going up against an ancient dragon and they can kill it in like 3 rounds, that's when you know you're overpowered. And, you know, at that point, that's when you're put up against gods and shit.
yeah.
Like they're not joking. Literally, you will be fighting
Literal
gods.
gods.
Because there's nothing else out there that can really stand against you. You know, ancient elder dragons, you know, greater beholders, stuff like that, and you're just wiping the floor with them. Yeah. At that point, it's time to stop the game and start over at level 1.
That's why like Critical Role doesn't go. I think first campaign that was the highest they've gone. Yeah.
Yeah, first campaign they all got to, well, everybody got to level except level 20, except Pike. I think she was 19.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
Even well before that though, they were already going up against
yeah.
demigods and
Yeah, they were going up against everything and just smearing it. And then I think campaign 2 they stopped surprisingly early. I think they were all like 15 or 16.
yeah, I think it was something like that. Which still, even at 15, you're damn near unkillable.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking powerful. Yeah, I'm sure he had a lot of optional content planned, but the campaign kind of went full bore towards endgame as quickly as
Yeah.
they could.
And sometimes it happens that way.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, there's plenty of other stuff we could do, but like, essentially they finished the story quests. So, I think he had intended for them to fail
Yeah.
and for everything to come into the real world and start causing problems. But, he was like, well, I mean, you guys won, I guess. The end.
Sometimes the dice favor you.
Yep. I have a feeling they probably won't do that this campaign because I know there were a lot of like fan complaints of that last campaign. They were like, at least get to like 18 or 19, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I get it, but like, you go where the story goes. Like, if the story doesn't go to 18, there's no sense of dragging it out.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on it,
Yeah.
but I do know there was a vocal portion of the community that was all like, we want more.
We want more side quests.
Yeah. Well, in all fairness, a lot of the character stories were much, much shorter.
Yeah.
They were not nearly as complex of character backstories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fucking Forge just kind of fizzled out.
It did.
I was like, shit, this is gonna get crazy. And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that no more. I'm out. It's just like, oh, all right.
Yeah. All right, so we get off the boat and we're done with that section. And you're like, but there's like 2 more stones. And
Nope, don't want them.
you can go deal with the page. And he's like, no, I'm good.
I'm a paladin now. Oh, okay. I mean, I get it. It felt like it was probably difficult for him going from Grog, who is all up in the mix all the time, kicking ass, to Ford, who is casting stuff, and he kind of built him as the Hexblade Warlock, where you probably expect him to do some melee shit, but then not real good in melee.
Yeah. I think that's why he went with the character he went with in Campaign 3.
I still haven't watched it.
You haven't?
Nah, I'm not caught up yet. I watched like 3 episodes, and I was getting very bored.
Well, then I won't tell you.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna listen to it again. It's just I have to get right back in the right mindset.
Yeah, that's all fair.
But yeah, the beginning of any sort of campaign is difficult to keep up with for me.
Yeah, it just now is starting to feel like they're getting rolling.
Yeah.
And it's been like 14 episodes. So it's like, it took a little, this one was a slow burn, man.
Yeah. It's generally why I watch it like, 1.2 speed or something.
Yeah, that's what I watch at. Oversized cargo. Oh, that's a 4 slot?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Well, that's problematic. I thought they were 2 slots.
Nah, it's the regular containers.
Well, is there anything else over here? I don't think there's anything else over here. And there's consumables and cement. I guess I can do that mission. Let's do that one. I've got the necessary inventory space for this mission. can't watch the videos and fast forward. You have to watch them in real time.
Well, I don't really watch the videos. I play them. Honestly, I should just do the podcast version, but I'm impatient waiting a week whenever I get caught up.
Yeah, that's true. I don't watch them that much fast forwarded. I watch them in 1.25. So
Yeah. Yeah, and after a little while listening to that speed, you don't even notice it.
Yeah, the first 2 or 3 episodes, I was like having to focus to hear everything properly.
Yeah.
And after that, I was just like, no, I got this.
Yep. And then going back to normal speed, you're like, why are they talking so low?
Yeah, this is so slow. We're gonna go through there.
Did you get the ANK off of Alaska out of Pedro Bay?
I don't know.
It's the military truck.
I guess not.
Oh, really? It's the one. It's the one I posted a picture of finding the real version of.
I don't think so. I think the only trucks I've gotten in Alaska were the Hummer and the Dairy.
Let's look. Let's go. Was it in Pedro Bay? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, there it is. I see it.
Is it like
Good
off
night.
in the distance?
It's off in the gray part. Yeah, it's on the road you can drive down.
Hold on a second. Where is it?
So if you go to Pedro Bay,
Yep.
it's in the northwest corner, just west of the
Oh.
fuel carrier semi-trailer. It's in that little opening.
Oh, that road that goes down in that corner?
If you zoom in, you can see it parked off the road.
Oh, I see it there, yeah. Okay. For some reason, I've never driven out that way.
I just happened to be looking at the map. I was like, ooh, a truck. Drove out there and grabbed it.
Nope.
And it's a good truck.
Is it? Is it an
Yeah.
off-road?
Yes.
I tend to prefer
Are-
off-roads in general.
Same, yeah.
Like, heavy duty are useful in certain situations, but like your everyday general use truck is basically off-road.
Yeah. I think all my main trucks are all off-road trucks. I keep one heavy truck for hauling like high saddle stuff,
Yeah.
like the big ass oversized trailers.
So you bought it? You bought what? SnowRunner?
Oh shit, son. Are you ready for hours of driving real slow for hours at a time? I said hours twice, redundant. Nah, I do love this
Oh,
game.
you bought the Monster Manual. Oh, okay.
Oh. Oh shit, are you ready for hours upon hours of looking at monsters?
Essentially.
I loved the fucking Monster Manual as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much any
Coolest
game that had a
pictures.
bestiary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had the Diablo bestiary. Shit, I can't remember what the other one I had was. Oh, the Legend of Zelda one.
I love video games that have bestiaries in them.
Yeah.
As you kill them, you unlock information about them. I'm like, okay, this
Yeah.
is fucking cool. It makes me
Give
want to
me
go
their
kill all the
backstory.
monsters. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I drive too fast down this fucking mountain.
It's Matt's fault. You're welcome. I have so many cool ideas for characters I want to make on D&D Beyond, and then I go
Yeah.
and look, and all the stuff is locked,
Aw.
and I'm like, ugh.
That's why you gotta create a character in the campaign and then just
can't-
remove it.
The campaign's full.
Oh, is it? Oh no.
Yeah.
Daniel, create us a second campaign where we can fill it with random ass characters. I think you did that at one point.
I did. I built a character in the campaign, and then after I was done building them, I moved them out. Because
Yeah.
you can move them out, and they'll stay that way.
Yeah.
But you just
change
can't change them.
them. Yeah.
That's the only way I could make a Loxodon.
I think I still have my Artificer or Artificer and my gnome.
Oh,
what
you
the
can
fuck?
only run 2 campaigns. Ah.
Oh, that's lame.
Well, he can only do, like, book sharing on 2 campaigns.
Yeah. Still lame.
You look at it, you don't see illithids. They're called mind flayers. You have to keep in mind, Matt in Critical Role changes the names of a lot of things. So, like, there's elephant people in Matt's game, and they're in regular D&D. They're called Loxodons in regular D&D. They're not called Loxodons in Critical Role. I forget what they're called, but they're called something else. There's also cat people, but they're not called Tabaxi, yeah.
And also maybe he's calling them from names that he's more familiar with from, older versions of the game or just different games.
Yeah, or Pathfinder names or something.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
But yeah, if you're looking for illithids, look up Mind Flayer. That's what you want.
I'm going to say nothing if it's not qualified.
I'm a little ways from completing this delivery, but I think after I'm done with this delivery, I'll probably have to call it.
I figured. I was going to say, oh, I can get that truck for you, but I will not.
Thank you.
I'll refrain.
You always call them illithids before crit roll. I think illithid is it's the non-copyrighted name for them. Because D&D is copyrighted a lot of the names. Like, some of the names they can't copyright because they didn't invent them. But some of the creatures they created, and they were like, yep, we're going to keep that name for ourselves. The smart move. Uh-oh.
What's
I think maybe a little stuck. No, I'm moving a little. Has our campaign gotten into any big fights yet?
Yeah, we fought a mind flayer.
Yeah, we fought one mind flayer. That was the one episode I came in late. I came in like an hour and a half late, and the mind flayer fight was done.
To be fair, everyone did great except for me. I got the shit beat out of me, and then everyone went to beat the shit out of the mind flayer. Which is wild to think of I think we were a level 2 at the time. A level 2 party beating a fucking mind flayer.
Yeah, that was definitely was not supposed to happen.
No.
That mind flayer was supposed to beat the crap out of us.
Yeah.
And we were rolling really good and started wrecking his face. Didn't he try to run?
I think he tried to, and then we somehow stopped him. I say we. I was unconscious.
Well, I say we too. I wasn't even there.
Right, yeah. A smarter party would have cut their losses and ran. Not us.
Well, every D&D group starts out as murder hobos, and then slowly will understand, like, there's a time to run, lore is important, backstories are fun, it's not all about fighting.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning, you're like, murder! Somebody
I want
looked,
to roll these dice.
yeah, somebody looked at me wrong, kill them!
Murder hobos are fun as long as the whole party agrees to
Yeah,
murder hoboing. Because otherwise you're ruining somebody's game.
exactly. Somebody wants to play a lore-heavy, story-heavy game, and a couple of
Right.
people want to be murder hobos. And then the
Like-
lore lover is super disappointed.
Yeah. And also, to you lore people, it's very boring sometimes just talking. I'm one of those people that likes to do both.
Yes. Same.
Kind of excited to see how we get ourselves killed trying to kill a duke.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. I think my idea is the best idea, but I see all the holes.
I like how
Well, it's just.
you realize all the holes as we start pointing them out, but Penelope is just like, nah, seems good to me.
Oh, I'm fully aware it's not the best plan, but to her, fuck yeah. It makes sense. Let's fucking do it.
How old is she? I don't think he knows.
She's 11 or 13.
What?
I can't remember exactly what I landed on. I keep saying 11, but I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be 13 at this point. Originally, she was going to be 8, and I was like, that's way too young. And then I was thinking 11, and then 13, and I don't remember if I ever nailed down an age, but I think 13. Could just call it 12. Be good with that. She's 12. I'm gonna go fix that in her bio right now.
You have to figure out when her birthday is.
It's February 30th.
Rip. You think your character is also 13? Well, there you go.
Sometimes it's not a great idea to play a child character.
Yes, yes.
While fun and chaotic, they're never taken seriously.
Oh, you're fully. Oh, yeah, you're an Aarakocra. That's right. That's different. What are they? One of those races that only lives to like 35 or something? Okay.
Yeah, see, and here I have her age at 10. It's 12. There. Now it's legit because it's saved in my character sheet.
Now I need to go to Mountain River, which is this way.
Which, if you're curious at looking at our character sheets, Daniel's made them clickable icons on our Twitch page.
Alright, let's see if I can make it out of here. What's my gas like? I should fill up. Wow, that gas tanker is almost half empty. Oh, it's like, no, it's like 2/3 empty. Jesus. I've used this thing a lot. I was thinking now that I have some really good trucks, one of these days I should probably go back to Michigan and try to collect the rest of my trailers.
Oh yeah, God, that's so boring. I was doing that on mine. I finished the Black River and I was like, all right, I'm fucking not coming back to this.
Yeah, once you pick up all the trailers, there's essentially no reason to ever go back there.
Yeah.
I think I've got all my trailers picked up from Black River and a Smithville Dam. I just need to do the island and the lake.
Yeah. And they shouldn't have a lot of trailers on.
Nah. I think the problem with them is they've got a... At the time, they had a bunch of high saddle
Oh yeah.
stuff, and I had no truck that was good at high saddle trailers. I just saw Lucid has left the game. Now I'm all worried about flipping.
That would be so funny. I've left. Okay, bye. I flipped over. Please get back.
Like, get back in. Going a different route than I came in, which is good, because the route I came in had really thick snow drifts, so I'm hoping the other route doesn't.
It's crazy how much, or how difficult the snow is compared to mud.
Oh yeah, dude.
You're like, my truck should be doing better than this. I'm like, it should be, but snow is hard mud. It's mud in hard mode.
Yeah. I went and looked at the D&D Beyond had a book sale, and they had a I like that. They had the players book collection, which was all the books that had races and feats and classes and spells and stuff like that, so that you could create characters. And it was, I think the book collection was like $520. And I went and manually added the sections of each book that had races and classes and feats and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't buy the entire book, you just buy the section that gives you those feats or whatever. The total was like $150.
Good God.
And I was like, okay, so the player section is really not as expensive as they say it is. They're just giving you a lot more stuff. You're buying, like, essentially you're buying like an $80 book for like one class kind of thing.
Yeah.
When you could just pick the class portion of that book and buy it for like $10. Can you play a game where all the characters are bad and you fight the good races? No, it's against the rules. It's illegal. Cops will come into your house and arrest you.
The fun thing about D&D is you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want, man. As long as the DM is down with it, man, go.
Yeah. I've read of people playing games where the party just stopped partying and adventuring, and they opened a blacksmith and they made a lot of money. That's what they did. They just became capitalists.
They became venture capitalists. Well, it's like essentially we could do that. We could just run our inn and make a fuckload of money at the end.
Yeah. Like if that's your idea of fun, is job simulator.
Yeah, fucking
Absolutely.
go for it.
Do it.
Can you do this? Nope. D&D
Absolutely
police.
not. How dare you?
Did you ever see that? I think I shared it with you and a bunch of the other guys in Discord. But the one video of like how guys communicate with each other, and it's a bunch of dudes playing like, what's that video game where you're like breaking into buildings and killing the insurgents or whatever? Really popular.
Rainbow Six?
Yeah, Siege. Or whatever.
Yeah, Siege, yeah.
Yeah. It's a bunch of them playing like Siege, and one of the guys is like, "Hey guys, if I was going through something, would you be there for me?" And they were like, "Nope,
nope,
absolutely not." I can't wait to go to your funeral knowing that I could have done something to stop that. And it was all like, "Oh my god." And it was like, yeah, no, but for real, that's exactly how like guy friends will talk to each other.
Yeah. Fuck, I remember that too. That cracked me up.
That shit's hilarious.
That they were just unanimous.
Yeah. All the dudes immediately jumped on that. We're like, nope.
I'm gonna post it.
You're gonna post it in Discord? Thank you.
Just put it in cute and funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I probably posted that like a year and a half ago or something. And I was like,
I know what streamer that was too. I just can't remember who it is off the top of my head.
oh really?
Yeah, he posts a lot of funny stuff.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. I was cracking up. I was like, oh my god. It's sad because it's real, and it also makes me happy to hear them say that, because I'm like, that, you know from what they're saying to each other that they're like, they do actually have each other's back at all times.
Yeah. But the opportunity to roast your friend is one you don't pass up.
Yes, that is a priceless opportunity that you do not let slide.
Sorry, did you just show feelings in public? Roasted.
Yeah, you were asking for it, nerd. Alright, I need to take this to Village, which is not that far, actually. Cool. I think Cappy's watching it. I hear her chuckling. Oh, this is an interesting delivery, actually. It's mostly easy until the very end, and then it's all wooded.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, man? It's making some noises. Yeah, everyday dude noises. I didn't... Oh. Did I pop my tire? That sounded like I popped my tire.
Is your tire icon red?
No. God,
Oh,
it sure sounded like it. It was like, pow! And the truck jumped backwards like 3 feet.
Jesus.
And I was like, so here's a weird question. You know those videos of people like, of truckers like fixing their tires by like using aerosol spray and lighting the tire on fire and then it pops back into place?
Yeah.
Is that a legit, like, real suggested
100%.
thing?
Yeah. It's ether. I mean, not suggested, no, but it's possible, yes.
Okay. Because that's what I was getting at. Like, is that the recommended way to do that? Because I'm like,
no.
That looks dangerous as fuck.
There's a thing, well, I don't know what the technical term for it. The brand that I always see is called a cheetah. And it's basically a small air tank that you fill up, and it has a special tube on it that forms into a slot shaped like the bead of the tire. It's just a couple inches wide. It's very narrow, but it moves a lot of air very quickly.
Okay.
And basically you put it right up against the bead and the rim and open the valve on it, and it dumps about 100 psi into the tire to set the tire on the bead. But assuming you don't have one of those, or your tire just won't do it that way, a few sprays of ether and a lighter, yeah, it'll inflate your tire real fast.
That's not a long-term solution, though, I bet, because it's probably like...
Yeah, well, no, because basically what it's doing is it's expanding the tire enough. So on your rim is basically where the tire will sit, and you have to get the tire to flex out and force itself onto those little ledges, basically. It's called the bead.
Okay.
And if sometimes the tire is squeezed together or whatever, and it won't expand on its own. So you have to force air pressure into there somehow. And either you can expand the air that's in there with an explosive like ether, or you can do it with a lot of air pressure from a cheetah.
So
basically, you need to rapidly expand the air inside the tire that's not seated on the rim.
But my question was, like, if you do it with ether and the explosion, that's more of a temporary thing. You're still gonna have to go like pressurize the tire later.
You still have to air it up. You still have to air it up like rapid soon, because it's not going to inflate it to spec.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Is like,
it's basically just to set the tire on the rim, and then you put your air
and then you pressurize it.
Yeah.
Got you. It's like I always see videos of that, and it's like, yeah, it's cool and flashy and stuff, but I'm looking at it going, that can't be the recommended way. That looks...
Yeah, it's not the safest way, but it is the way, or a way.
Like, sure, yeah, like truckers are very independent kind of dudes. They got to be able to fix a lot of their problems by themselves. And I'm like, so you're going to find interesting, fun ways, per se, to like fix a problem so that you're not stuck on the side of the road for hours. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the safest or the best. It's just, it'll get the job done temporarily until you can get your truck somewhere where you can permanently solve the solution.
Yeah. You'll see it more often on, large tractor tires.
Okay.
Because those are difficult to expand to the width they need to be to seat on the rim. And ether is a solid way to get those to force themselves open, basically.
That makes sense. All right. Well, hey, Lucid, thanks for playing with me tonight, dude.
Yeah, man. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
Even though I only had logs.
Well, it's the job that I like least to do, so every time I've got logs, I'm like, hey, Lucid, you want to help me? Can you haul some logs?
I will haul all the logs.
And he's like, yeah, I'll haul logs.
I'm just happy to be of service.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And I will talk to you later.
All right, man.
Bye.
Bye.